It's great to see you today on the Raven's Nest, finding hope and spirit in these interesting times. And don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
guess what we're looking at then is kind of reaching out to those folks who are feeling isolated, maybe, who are feeling lost and frustrated with the way in which people are being, for lack of a better term, being so unkind to each other. Maybe people who are looking for finding a thread of kindness to hold on to and a
Mm.
thread of virtue in the old school meaning of virtue as it were, uh, that sense of uh, uh, being made for a purpose and moving towards a purpose. And so maybe that's what we're looking at is how do we go about reaching those types of folks and those folks who are maybe seeking uh, uh,
Something.
yeah, seeking something, seeking some form of connection or community.
Yeah. And I think if we look at even both of us in our stories of how we've changed over our lives, different
Hmm.
aspects we've dropped similar but different things and been drawn by other similar but different things. But
Hmm.
there's been a seeking and a finding, right? And a letting go and a reclaiming in a lot of different ways. And I think that there's a lot, every day, there's more people who
Hmm.
don't feel that they fit into what is available to them, what they see or feel right around them in kind of like the normie culture. And there's different versions of that, right? There's the
Right.
religious culture, there's the capitalist, good old American culture that isn't satisfying, but then not
Right.
knowing what else.
Right.
And I find a lot of potential in that
I,
because people are much less likely to leave something for nothing than
right.
if they just like go, oh, you mean there's this whole other option that
Right.
my goodness, I don't, I, I'm there, I'm going. And then it's more of a turning in a different direction
Hmm.
and knowing that new realities or different realities, or maybe also, I think all the people that I've talked with over the years, that there's a bit of a coming back to things that maybe when they were younger or as a child they knew or they felt or they thought, and then the culture pushed it out of them or made them
Hmm.
turn their back on it or they chose to.
Well,
So all of
that
that,
that's
right?
yeah, that sense of being reconnected with that feeling of awe,
Mm-hmm. That's a
and
very good way of
remembering,
putting it, of
that
belonging, of
remembering
awe,
what it
of
felt
remembering.
like,
Mm-hmm.
what it feels like to walk through mud and feel it squishing between your toes, and giving yourself that sense of
Mm-hmm.
connectedness that we've all are one or two or three steps removed from, depending on what our social standing is, and just depending on what our financial resources are.
Yeah.
Uh, it's very interesting to look at the ways in which we as a society function, uh, based on finances and based on who has and who hasn't. And yet it seems like the further one is removed, or the higher up one gets financially, the further they seem to be removed from connectedness to the world around them. But by the same token, the lower one is financially, the more difficult it is to find that time to be
Mm-hmm.
connected with the world around you.
Time,
So it,
energy. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in one, I've often said it's I either have time or I have money, but I never have money when I have time, and I never
Mm-hmm.
have time when I have money. And so I think a lot of people kind of face that conundrum, as it were, of
Yeah.
never feeling like you have enough time to do the things that seem to matter, and yet not having money to do things that seem to matter.
True.
And if you have one, you tend not to have the other.
Hmm.
Um, so,
I think another conundrum is a certain training that we all receive in a variety of ways about what is good and what is either like a way to fit in or to be a
mhm,
good person or whatever the
mhm,
language is, ways in which we turn against some of our natural instincts or things that happen
mhm,
for us because it's weird, it's bad, it's, I don't know, like really bad, like
right,
devil stuff or demon stuff, or oh, that's weird, or even now
mhm,
like that's woke in a negative way, or right,
right,
like making people feel that people end up feeling like, I hear this a lot, that it's me.
mhm,
I'm weird. I'm the one who has a problem. Everyone else is normal, and I am broken in some way,
mhm,
and trying to just keep bending in a way that feels unnatural. But this is the way you do it. This is the way you're a good adult. I think everyone goes through that in
mhm,
becoming an adult. And teen years are hard, right? We turn our backs on ourselves a lot to fit in and not be weird. And then a number of those things continue,
mhm,
and we carry them until we start looking at them and saying, well, wait a minute, like, why did I do that? Or why did I choose this? Or letting other people's ideas override our own in order to conform and fit in. Because
mhm.
really, like the long history of humanity, to be excommunicated is the worst possible thing, right? Like
Right, right,
until quite recently, like we wouldn't survive without the group. And
right,
so that's pretty hardwired. So I think a lot of people are also going through processes of, well, do I really believe this? Or is
right,
this
right.
me? Do I need to
Mhm,
keep doing something that it makes me feel like crap?
right.
Or fake that it's not me?
Mhm.
So I think there's a lot there as well.
We're glad you joined us today on The Raven's Nest, finding hope and spirit in interesting times. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like what you hear, give us a big thumbs up. We'll see you next time.